Hello YouTube, this is Axon00 and this is my first video here on YouTube, and it's going to be about my Arctic Combat Survival Kit. I've seen a lot of videos about survival kits here on YouTube, but I haven't seen an Arctic environment type survival kit, so I thought I should make one about mine. My kit is quite large by my standards. It's 6 by 6 inches, and it's in this standard issue Norwegian Defence first aid pouch, and it's made from rubberized Enduro nylon, and it has water resistant zippers. Inside there are two webbing pockets. This right here is my first aid kit, and this is the survival kit. There is one part of the first aid kit which I consider to be a part of my survival kit, and that's this one. This is a band-aid file. I'll cover this in detail when I review the first aid kit. Now, the survival kit. This is my fire making equipment. This is a magnesium and flint fire starter. It has a hacksaw blade on the lanyard, and this is a waterproof match container with a striker on the side here. This is a spool of military type tripwire. It can obviously be used for snares as well. And inside I've got 6 safety pins and enough proper snare wire to make 4 snares. And that's snare wire for smaller game, like grouse or squirrels. This is my navigation equipment. This is a small red LED for a nighttime map reading. And this is a micro compass. It has a temperature gauge, a small ruler, and a wind chill table on the back. It also has a rotating compass housing, so it can be used just like a regular full-size compass, but with a less degree of accuracy, of course. I have a fish line, a light stick, 12 hours, and this is some olive drab duct tape wrapped around a piece of tube. I've got an A4 sheet of paper with about 10 yards of Dyneema thread on it. Dyneema is a very strong thread, like Kevlar. And I've also got 2 needles in there. I'm not sure you can see that. And this right here is my wire saw. I've seen a lot of these that have swivels and split rings. Mine did, and I tested it, and the swivels broke. So I replaced them with some heavy duty split rings. And that's important. Test your equipment, make sure it works before you put it in your kit. This is lubricated, and that's why it's in a bag. And the bag has these pull tabs, so it can easily be used with gloves. Obviously you would use gloves in an Arctic environment. This is 2 clear plastic bags and 2 rubber bands for water storage, food storage, carrying, and it can also be used to condense water from plants. This is a BCB brand signal mirror. It has the aiming device, so you can use it single-handedly, and it has this lanyard. It's a plastic mirror, so I keep it in the bag to prevent it from getting scratched. This is my fishing kit. It has lots of different sized hooks, and it has this wet fire starter. It also has this is a hook with fluorescent artificial bait, and I've also got a piece of fluorescent tube, so I can make all the other hooks also fluorescent, and that's for ice fishing. And it also has weights and swivels and everything else you need. And these are 2 non-lubricated condoms. And I've got 3 flares and flare pan. 2 red flares to signal distress, and a white one to signal acknowledgement, which means if someone fired a red flare nearby, I would fire a white one to signal to them that I have indeed seen their flare and I'm coming to help them. The flare pan is an aluminum one. There are plastic ones, but when it gets real cold, plastic gets brittle and the charging handle right here can break. And that's a serious problem. This one has to be ready at all times. If I'm in a survival situation, I would in fact load it with a cartridge and keep it on my person at all times, so it's always at hand. This right here is the medical part of my kit. It's also bagged with pull tabs. I'm not going to open it, but I'll go through the items real quick. This is enough water purification tablets for 3.5 liter. There are 2 tampons and some various strengths of painkillers, anti-diarrhea tablets. There are activated charcoal tablet, some seasoning and salt. And there's even a multivitamin tablet in here. Mylar, a space blanket. This is a pencil with tip protection. And this right here is in fact a first aid item. It's an anti-infection ointment, and it can be used to prevent blood from coagulating into a bandage. This would make the bandage easier to change. And I've got the most recently added item, 4 zip ties. These are for wrapping a stone in the corner of the mylar blanket and fastening it in place with a zip tie. So you got some place to tie your rope, or paracord in this case. This is about 8 yards of olive drab paracord, the real type with 7 interior strands and a thinner, darker strand, which supposedly can be used for fishing. And at last we have US military standard issue MRE heater with the beverage bag. You can obviously use this to cook food in, or to cook water. It's also an immediate heat source should you fall through the ice. And in an escape and evasion situation, this is a hideable heat source. You know, you can't hide a campfire, but you can hide this or insulate it to make your infrared signature less. And that's all the items I have in my kit. But to have a fair chance of survival in an Arctic environment, you'll also need proper clothing, a knife, and a thermos. That's important, and a shovel. If you have those, you have a really good chance of surviving in an Arctic environment. And that's all about my survival kit. I'm going to add a movie about my first aid kit soon. See you later.